chips have been.
Okay, I'm working on these mermaid blankets, and like in The Wizard of Oz, pay no attention to the sniveling idiot over there in the background, who is laughing himself to death, but however, at his grandmother. But I do have 5 mermaid blankets cut out. These are the fastest mermaid blankets in the West. I cut them to the length I wanted, which these are 2 yards long. There's one seam that goes into the back, and I've already sewn that with my serger. I'm going to move the seam to the very back of the blanket. I told you, don't pay any attention to the sniveling idiots over in the background.
Idiots? She's made you plural for that, but you didn't even do anything.
Make sure this is center, dead center. This is the bottom of the mermaid blanket, and it gets folded over. This pattern just gives me the guideline to cut off the edge that I won't be using to form the tail. And now the mermaid blanket is ready to have the tail pinned and sewn on. This is the back of the tail. That'll get pinned and sewn. And then onto the front, and then they will get sewn together on the edge. So here's the mermaid tail with the fins pinned on. This is the back. So here's the seam. And then here's the front. So they will get sewn on first, and then we'll sew around the tail, the fin. So I'm going to go sew this first. I am using my serger because it's super fast. If you don't have a serger, you can also use your sewing machine. I've done a couple of these with those. Love working with the fleece because it doesn't ravel. You don't even have to finish the edges if you don't want to. I will show you how I have finished the tops off by just creating a scalloped edge with a rotary cutter. And I'm going to take the seam to within about a 1/2 inch of where the side of the tail. So that's the back fin. Now I'm going to do the front one as soon as I can find it. There it is, it was hiding. My granddaughter wanted pink and black, so therefore here's a pink and black MERMAID, who is a pink and black zebra. Making sure I remove the pins because the serger knife does not like pins. Ask me how I know that. So both sides of the tail are sewn on. So I'm going to match up right side to right side of the tail, and using the pattern, it was cut up the side, so that will have to be sewn. So the tail is going to be matched and pinned. And they were cut at the same time, so and these are not the super slim MERMAID blankets that you see. These are nice and roomy. They are 30 inches wide because I used the whole width of the fleece. The fleece comes in 58 to 60 inches wide. There's no sense wasting any of that. Gonna finish pinning here and there in the tail. Make sure everything's going to match when I start to sew. And everything was designed to utilize the whole width of the fleece. For the adult blankets, and just you could, if you want to make the children's almost that big, the larger children, I cut 2 inches. I cut 2 yards of the fabric. So that's actually it's a very long blanket. It's 72 inches long plus the length of the tail. So you can cut back on that. Some of these blankets I have only cut 60 inches long, and that's quite a roomy one also. So got this, and let's start on the other side. My serger doesn't want to turn corners, so I sewed off the edge. To create the peak there, and I'm going to come back in. This is the bottom of the tail. Love this machine from the first time I saw it, and I've had it almost 30 years. It has gone through thousands of yards of fabric. Hear my dog snoring in the back?
Did you get it done?
No, I'm working on it right now. That's my grandson you hear in the background. He loves to interfere in the filming. So I'm coming back up the other side. And when this is done, the sewing's done.
Oh, it's about to throw that.
Since I've used the serger, I'm going to lock this seam. If I were using my sewing machine, I would lock it in with a stay stitch.
Lock it.
I'm going to go back in and lock that down a little bit. And it's ready to turn.
Oh, those deviled eggs. That's what killed it.
Come in here.
Huh.
Come over here.
What?
This is what you will hear in the background. Where are you? There he is. He is 6'6", and this is what you'll hear in the background quite a bit. Through the years. He has jumped in the back and tried, so I couldn't get him caught on camera.
Since
There
91.
he is. Since
All right.
1991.
Carolyn Wainscott here.
So now the blanket is all sewn and ready to turn right side out.
And then you can sleep with it.
No, I'm not going to be sleeping with it.
Oh.
Heather and Hannah are sleeping with these, remember?
Oh, yeah. Did you make yourself one?
No,
That's selfish.
I don't need a mermaid blanket.
Why not? You think you're too old?
Yeah, I'm too old. I might forget I was in the mermaid blanket and jump up and try to walk in it. Splat face.
Yeah, right. Stop acting like you jump up out of bed and take off running places. Come on. You ain't going nowhere that quick. Unless you smell some coffee burning. Come on now.
Oh, people, please forgive him. He knows what he do. Yes, he knows exactly what he's doing. Okay. Turning this.
Oh man.
Well, if you were really nice, you would bring my coffee to me if I'm going to be sitting in a mermaid blanket.
I'll get up at 4 a.m.
Okay.
Where'd my pre-workout go?
So here's the mermaid tail, all done, all sewn, front and back. Here's the seam. This is one that was cut 2 yards long, so it's a very ample blanket. To finish the edge on top, I'm too lazy to sew it. So I'm going to take my rotary cutter, and since it doesn't ravel, I'm just going to cut a wave in the top. Mermaids are in waves, so they'll feel right at home. And the blanket's done. So I have 4 more to make this afternoon, and it's an afternoon's work, but getting 5 mermaid blankets done is not too bad.